So I stopped telling people. And now I've kind of, over the years, you just kind of reflect on what those decisions were and what the dreams were. And
Tom Cruise's life has often appeared larger than reality, filled with cinematic heroism, confidence, and control. Yet behind the screen persona lies a far more complicated human story shaped by longing, love, faith, ambition, and loss. His romantic journey reflects not just relationships with famous women, but a deeper search for stability and belonging rooted in a restless childhood. From youthful first love to high-profile marriages and fatherhood, Tom's personal life has unfolded under intense public scrutiny. This story is not about scandal, but about emotional patterns, personal growth, and the cost of fame. At its core, it is a reflection on how even the most powerful individuals struggle to reconcile love, identity, and purpose. A childhood marked by instability. Tom Cruise's emotional life cannot be understood without acknowledging his early years. Growing up in a household marked by constant relocation and emotional instability, Tom lacked a consistent sense of home. These early experiences planted a deep longing for security, validation, and belonging. As a teenager, he carried this emotional weight into adulthood, often seeking in relationships what he missed in childhood. Fame later amplified these unresolved needs rather than healing them. The drive that fueled his success also masked vulnerability and fear of abandonment. This inner tension became a recurring theme in his romantic life. He loved intensely, but often struggled with balance and emotional grounding. The roots of his later relationships reveal a young man searching not just for romance, but for emotional safety and affirmation that he mattered beyond achievement. First love and innocence with Melissa Gilbert. Tom's relationship with Melissa Gilbert represented his first experience of sincere, innocent love. Before fame reshaped his identity, this connection was built on shared vulnerability rather than status. Melissa saw a sensitive young man with ambition and emotional depth, while Tom found someone who believed in his dreams. Their bond was tender, shaped by long conversations and mutual understanding. Yet it also revealed Tom's emotional dependence and need for reassurance. Melissa recognized that she could not become his emotional anchor without losing herself. Their breakup was gentle but painful, marking Tom's first experience of love lost. This early relationship left a lasting imprint, teaching him that affection could be transformative, yet fragile. It shaped his emotional expectations and set the tone for how he would approach love for years to come. Fame begins to interfere with intimacy. As Tom's career gained momentum, fame began to complicate his personal life. Relationships were no longer private or simple. Public attention added pressure, altering natural emotional rhythms. His brief involvement with Heather Locklear reflected this shift. While their connection was energetic and exciting, it also highlighted Tom's need for attention and validation. His enthusiasm sometimes overwhelmed emotional nuance. Heather recognized his potential, but sensed his emotional immaturity. This stage marked Tom's growing awareness that passion alone could not sustain a relationship. Love required timing, emotional awareness, and mutual readiness. Fame amplified his strengths, but also exposed his vulnerabilities. These early experiences taught him that romantic success required more than chemistry. It demanded emotional growth he was still developing. Deep emotion and conflict with Rebecca De Mornay. Tom's relationship with Rebecca De Mornay marked a more serious emotional chapter. For the first time, he felt deeply understood and emotionally safe. Rebecca recognized his longing for affection, rooted in a difficult upbringing. Their bond developed during a pivotal career phase, blending intimacy with professional pressure. However, distance and rising fame strained their connection. Tom struggled to balance emotional closeness with career ambition. This internal conflict led to an inevitable separation, not because of betrayal, but incompatible priorities. The breakup taught him that love sometimes requires sacrifice and acceptance of limits. Rebecca's insight into his emotional needs stayed with him, reinforcing the realization that unresolved inner conflict could undermine even the most genuine relationships. Searching for validation amid stardom. As Tom's fame exploded, so did his emotional contradictions. His relationship with Cher highlighted this tension. Despite her confidence and success, she saw his lingering insecurity and shyness. Their brief romance revealed Tom's ongoing struggle with self-worth beyond achievement. Even at the height of popularity, he remained emotionally guarded. Cher recognized his loneliness and sensitivity, qualities hidden behind his public image. Though short-lived, the relationship underscored a recurring pattern. Tom's desire for connection, clashing with fear of vulnerability. Stardom gave him power, but not emotional peace. This period reflected how fame can magnify inner struggles rather than resolve them, leaving emotional needs unmet despite external success. Marriage and spiritual turning point with Mimi Rogers. Mimi Rogers represented a pivotal shift in Tom's life. Their marriage offered emotional stability and introduced a new spiritual dimension. Through Mimi, Tom encountered Scientology, which would profoundly influence his worldview, relationships, and career decisions. The marriage was intimate and sincere, yet marked by intense internal exploration. Tom's growing spiritual focus eventually conflicted with marital life. His contemplation of withdrawing from marriage revealed his deep internal struggle between devotion and connection. The divorce was not rooted in lack of love, but incompatible emotional and spiritual paths. This chapter shaped Tom's future profoundly, influencing how he viewed commitment, identity, and control within relationships. A Hollywood fairy tale with Nicole Kidman. Tom's marriage to Nicole Kidman appeared to fulfill his longing for family and stability. Together, they formed one of Hollywood's most admired couples. Their shared experiences, adoption of children, and professional collaborations suggested emotional harmony. Nicole provided grounding and partnership during Tom's most successful years. Yet beneath the surface, differences grew. Control, belief systems, and career pressures slowly eroded balance. Tom's increasing rigidity contrasted with Nicole's need for independence. The eventual divorce shattered the image of a perfect family, leaving both emotionally wounded. This loss deeply affected Tom, reinforcing the painful truth that even deeply desired stability can collapse under unresolved conflict and pressure. Rebound love and emotional fatigue. After divorce, Tom's relationship with Penelope Cruz reflected emotional recovery rather than renewal. Their connection was genuine, but burdened by external scrutiny and lingering emotional wounds. Media attention intensified pressure, making privacy impossible. Despite affection, the relationship lacked long-term grounding. Both recognized the emotional toll and chose to part quietly. This chapter illustrated Tom's emotional exhaustion and difficulty fully healing before moving forward. It reinforced the pattern of seeking connection while still processing past loss. The relationship ended without drama, symbolizing emotional pause rather than transformation. Public romance and power imbalance with Katie Holmes. Tom's relationship with Katie Holmes became a global spectacle. Their love unfolded under relentless media attention, transforming private emotion into public performance. While initially joyful, the dynamic revealed power imbalance and external influence. Fatherhood brought fulfillment, yet added complexity. Differences in belief, autonomy, and control strained the marriage. Katie's decision to leave marked a decisive break from pressure and imbalance. The swift divorce highlighted unresolved tension beneath polished appearances. This relationship underscored the limits of control in love and the consequences of prioritizing image over emotional equality. Fatherhood and the meaning of unconditional love. Tom's bond with his daughter represents a profound emotional shift. Fatherhood embodied the unconditional love he long sought. Unlike romantic relationships shaped by control and expectation, this connection symbolized purity and responsibility. It forced Tom to confront the cost of fame and emotional distance. His daughter became a living reminder of vulnerability, legacy, and love beyond achievement. This relationship redefined his emotional priorities, offering meaning separate from public success. It stands as the most lasting emotional imprint of his personal life. A life of triumph and emotional contradiction. Tom Cruise's story is one of remarkable success intertwined with emotional complexity. His journey through love reflects a man constantly balancing ambition, control, vulnerability, and longing. Despite fame, fulfillment remained elusive. Each relationship taught lessons about love's limits and the necessity of emotional growth. His life reveals that power does not guarantee peace, and that stability requires inner reconciliation. Ultimately, his legacy is not only cinematic, but deeply human, reminding us that the search for connection is universal, regardless of status or success.